Stand to the left, right there. That's a big one. Stay right on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he's a big buck.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice buck. Broke the other side of his rack off. He'd have been a nice buck. Still a nice one. Don't like the spotlight.
The sign gives us special powers.
Does it?
Okay? Oh, absolutely. Ever since we've been putting it up, it gives you special powers. The hunting gods just like elude power from that sign. And
Ron puts it's the traditional camp deer sign we got to put up every year.
Oh yeah.
And
before the hunt, after the hunt,
the whole way during deer season.
Actually, it's the second generation sign. The first one, I think it's actually still put in a shed or something.
Yeah, it lost all its color and faded away.
So this is our second generation, but it brings us tremendous hunting success, without a doubt.
All right, we're ready for deer camp.
Come back.
So John Nugent up here by our farm pond.
We shot a duck and a goose this morning off a whim. We were sitting on 5-gallon buckets, and this is goose meat. We ate the duck. We only had one duck. These are goose wrapped chunks of bacon, and then this is pheasant that we shot up on our place. So this is pheasant wrapped bacon.
Nice.
Or bacon wrapped pheasant, and then like 375. Half hour, 40 minutes. We kind of watch it towards the end. And we'll have more tomorrow. I guarantee we're not going to eat it all.
Yeah, nice. Oh, Luke in his big old Chevy is about to get pulled out with my little 4-cylinder Toyota.
Go ahead, a little more.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
All right, pull.
Come on, Luke.
There, we're pulling him out.
Hey, John.
That's what it takes, is to get a little Toyota truck to pull out a big full-size GMC. You see that, John? It's all on camera. How's it feel to have a little 4-banger Yoda pull you out?
I think I need work to buy me new tires on Tuesday.
Blame tires.
That's what I'm gonna blame it on, tires. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
The hunter's breakfast.
Got your sausage and your eggs, coffee. Pretty good to wake up in the morning and have breakfast. Carla, the cook, does a great job, and Lori, the cook. Cal walked in. He's here. He's ready to go. Special time in the morning. Yeah, making our final plans. Last minute thoughts, and we're getting ready to go. We lucked out. No rain. Didn't get snow, but that's okay. But it's going to be cold, 31 degrees. We'll dress in layers. We'll all be good to go. And probably try to be in our stands about maybe 6:45, just before daybreak, and hang in there.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well, it's opening day, and just starting to get daylight. We moved the stands. I'm watching these logging roads. The stand used to be right out there, about 100 yards. The deer kept seeing us, so we wanted to get up higher on the hill. And now I'm watching these logging roads. One goes up there, one goes out there, turns around and goes behind me. Hopefully I'm going to catch some deer coming up right through this to come out over onto this road. And then maybe catch them running this ridge. So Danielle's not with me this morning. She'll be out in the afternoon hunt. She's got some stuff to do this morning, so see how it goes. Getting some really pink sky here. seeing some deer movement. Had doe come up from the bottom, and then cutting across this road came two doe, two buck, and that one buck was an 8.7 or 8 point, I think. It looked like the same buck that I saw on the side of the hill with my cousin Brendan.
Yeah, it's a different buck. See how the antler goes straight up right there?
Yeah.
That one had nice.
That is a different buck.
Yeah, it's a different buck.
Look at that deer.
Where's he standing?
He's right
Oh, I see
on
him.
that moon
Yeah, I
path.
see him down there now.
Now, at the time, that buck looked really, really big, but he really didn't look that big coming through the woods, to be honest. I didn't even think it even had antlers when I first saw the deer. I couldn't even see the antlers on it. It's a nice 2.5-year-old buck. Awesome buck for, a beginner youth hunter or something like that. But just not something that I'm looking for. But there's no guarantee that deer's gonna make it through the rest of the day. That's just part of deer management. You have to set an example, and there's beginning to become more people that are letting deer like that go, and they're killing some really big bucks. But it's all about what makes you happy. If you get frustrated that you're never gonna kill a big buck, well, that's where you kind of gotta let those ones go. But if you're happy shooting that, that's awesome. But you know what? There's a lot of doe too that need shot, so I'm hoping, if you're shooting a deer for the meat, you should be taking some doe too, because there's so many places in the state that are just overrun with doe. And I don't know whether Danielle will take that deer or not. We'll find out if it still hangs around and we see it again this afternoon. But I know she would like to take a nice mature deer. But we'll see what happens. I've seen quite a few more doe and a little spike. They come up around 30-40 yards from the stand, but one of the best tips for opening day gun season is to sit and don't move. It's usually the guy who moves that starts bumping deer. He bumps the deer to the other guy. And so you just sit for the first few days. You sit, and there's always somebody that can't sit, and they got to get up and they got to move around, and they got to go see some deer if they're not seeing any deer. Some people might start driving in the afternoon, and they're going to start pushing deer. And if you haven't disturbed the area that you're hunting, where do you think the deer are going to go? They're going to go where you haven't been running around walking and not scaring a deer. And that's why right now I think I have some doe just out of sight in front of me, bedded down. And I've seen 3 bucks so far. And that one buck, he was nice. I would just like to see him go one more year. I'd like to see Danielle get him. But he's borderline, and so we'll see what happens here the rest of the day. There's just not as much shooting. You would think for a Saturday opener there'd be a lot more people, a lot more shooting, and I just don't think people are really too thrilled about it. But you would think that there would be more deer movement, more shooting, and just not much today, so I don't know. Hopefully the Saturday opener didn't hurt deer season, but we'll see. have a buck behind her. I hope not. But that's one of those monarch does that she knows. She can pick you out even when you're not moving and everything. She could have smelled me too first before she seen me, but a couple doe coming up out of the bottom, some of them cutting across. But man, the shooting is dead. I mean, by 9 o'clock, shooting was completely dead. I haven't heard a shot for at least 20 minutes. Well, we just had a tractor go by on the road. We got some deer coming up into the stand. Well, they're breathing heavy. They've been running. That's a little buck. He's chasing that doe. Comes a car. That's weird. Tractor come down the road and then all this traffic's coming down the road. Now all the deer are all running around near the road. That don't make no sense. It's weird because now all the sun's coming out, it's warming up. And I don't even know what time it is, but I got more doe. No, that's a little buck. He's a one-pointer. I think I saw him a little earlier, but I couldn't see his head very well in the brush, but camera set right where those deer are going. It's 11:16, so they should be getting hit by the trail camera any second. Probably already were getting hit by it, the first ones, by the time I got the camera turned around. So I'll check that camera. Probably I'll go up and get that camera when I leave. And I've already noticed there's a lot of deer that have gone around this area that never went in front of that camera. That's the first deer all day out of a dozen deer or more that finally went in front of that camera since I've been in the stand. Interesting. Well, it's the afternoon hunt, and Danielle made it up to the stand, and my brother, he shot a buck this morning, and my cousin Robbie up on the hill, he saw some doe and some buck. Ron has seen some doe and a couple small buck, and so there's been a few people that got deer around, but just not near as much shooting, but there's still some more out there, so we're gonna sit and see what we can see. Look like fawns. Ain't that little. He's legal, but I think he is. It's a doe.
Mr. Bucky! Leatherwood Outdoors. My 30-06 does the talking, not me.
Yeah. That's the
That is
exo.
sick.
Yeah,
I mean, that is
insane.
ridiculous.
All right, Ron, what are you using?
Seen it like that.
What, yeah?
What are you using?
Winchester Model 70, 30-06, 165 grain, Hornady, Spire Point, Botel, SST.
Cool. Where was entrance at?
Neck on the other side.
Oh, come in the neck and
Yep.
out that side. I see. Yep.
All right, here.
So. All right, so there's entrance and there's exit.
Come on, I mean, that is sick. I mean, there's no chest cavity.
Can't by the neck and drag
Yeah, I
it
know.
down.
I've seen Bay do it.
All right, now we
Okay.
got light
mainly-
to do it.
Mainly call when
Yeah.
the hair falls down.
And Keith got a nice 8.2. too.
Congrats.
Yeah, for some
Congrats.
reason the bullet hit the thing. Why? It just kinda fell
And you were
over.
done at what time?
7:25.
Nice.
We got in, what, 7? Right at 7,
Yeah.
I think, you know?
Mark's camp. Andrew's camp.
You're asleep.
And
Hey, good looking one's
the end of the night.
Post open.
Sweeney, what'd you see today?
I saw a doe like 18 hours ago. So it was a great
That's
day
the only
hunting.
deer you saw.
That was it.
Is there deer in PA?
There's a handful, but not in front of me.
Andrew and Luke,
What did I see today?
how'd you guys do?
Didn't see too many, but
About
you know what?
40
Good weather.
doe. We're
40 doe.
overpopulated with doe and 5 point in the spike.
Uh,
I'm close to Johnny though, so I'm probably seeing the same doe.
No buck today,
Oh,
but it'll be out there.
It would be really nice if you could hunt doe on the opening day.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
John, what'd you see?
I saw 2 doe, and then in the morning, and then I saw the same exact 2 doe first. I saw, well, they were literally the exact same
Sad
size.
thing is, I saw
And then I
those
saw
exact
3
same
doe
two.
come out of the 3 doe come out of the bottom, and then they were followed by 2 fork buck, and then it was too dark for me to see them.
Oh man,
A lot of doe, no buck
all
today.
the buck, no doubt. Except for Dan,
Who giggled himself
Who
out
coulda-
of 10 point.
was
Didn't shoot it.
carrying on with Tracy,
Right.
and then
Yeah, we didn't get it. Well, we saw him.
Sean had a 10. Saw a 10 point, but they were having too much fun,
Too much fun.
not
Yeah,
paying attention.
Too much fun.
All right. Well, till next year for opening day. This closes out opening day 2019.